Effort Network. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Wednesdays. We know what Wednesdays like at Team Effort Network for the last 12 years, non-stop. We know what it is, and we just learned this weekend that these Wednesdays are going to be getting a whole lot better. Family, I sure you hope you woke up with an attitude to go to work because there's some great things coming up the pipe here in Team Effort Network. Some wonderful things that were shared over the weekend. We are just still ingesting everything that was revealed this weekend from our 10 extravaganza. So many great things that's happening for you. And I want you to remember, tomorrow morning on this call, Mr. Mel Gill, CEO of Team Effort Network, will be on this call to give us a recap of everything that was shared at the 10 extravaganza. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss it. Well, welcome to the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. This is your host, Pastor Nisha McDowell, along with my business partner, one-star Pastor Del Wafer. Family, the line is open. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
Happy bigger payday.
Is that Robert?
Happy bigger payday. We got a bigger payday. How sweet it is.
Oh, my goodness. You're right, Robert. It's about to get bigger and bigger. After we've seen what Mel Gill did with that compensation plan, my goodness. I'm still shaking.
Mind blowing.
Woo! It really was.
I'm still trying to get my mind back down.
Oh, my goodness. Every time I think about it, I tremble. Well, thank you for being here, Robert. Who else is with us, family? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
Sandy, go ahead. Top of the morning, Top of the morning, it's Maureen.
Welcome, Sandy. Welcome, Maureen. How are you this morning?
Thank you. Doing well, favored.
Yes, we are.
Nina Lewis, Danville, Virginia.
Welcome from who's calling from Danville, Virginia?
Nina.
Hi, Nina. How are you?
I'm great, Pastor Denise.
Oh, it's good to hear you. I thought about you the other day, Nina.
I've been on the calls a couple of times.
Jesse Bell. Calling from the Pentagon.
Calling from the Pentagon.
No, actually, Pastor, hey, I'm still in Las Vegas at the Grand Ballroom waiting on...
You are not.
Hey, with all this excitement that went on, I can't leave here. I'm waiting on part 2.
You are.
Maria, you started from Kentucky?
Welcome from Kentucky. Welcome to the call. Good to hear you this morning.
Hi, Pastor Denise.
Hi. Who's that?
It's Vicky.
Hey, Vicky. Exactly. Are you still in Las Vegas also?
Oh, man, I wish I was in Las Vegas, but yeah, that's great. Happy payday, everybody.
Happy payday indeed. But Vicky, tell them how much those paydays are about to get.
Wow, it's just ridiculous, all this stuff. I mean, I just can't believe. I'm still thinking about that $2,500, girl. I can't believe.
I tell you, when your car note's being paid and your mortgage is being paid, I mean, come on, that's what everybody works so hard for every month. They put out that hard work and hours to pay that mortgage and those car notes, and now that's going to be just eliminated. What are we going to do with all that extra time?
I'm going on vacation.
You know what? I'm going on vacation too. Lord Jesus, no, I'm going on vacation. Big time vacation. Well, keep it coming, family. Who's with us? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
Michael.
Lavon Bogan from Clinton, Maryland.
Hi, Lavon from Clinton. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, Pastor Denise. How are you?
I'm doing great, lady. Doing great. Good to hear you this morning.
Thank you. I'm going to help to finance the kingdom of God with my extra money.
Ooh, I hear you, girl. I hear you.
All right.
From Heights, Maryland. Good morning.
Hello, Paul Jackson. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Magnificent day. Big things are happening.
Big things
Michael
are
McLean
happening.
from Brookville, Maryland.
Michael, how are you, Michael?
I'm truly blessed.
Ooh, my goodness, you guys are a blessing. My goodness.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Joy, before I tell you, it is incredible to hear all of you dialing in, speaking about what you're going to do with all the extras that you're making, investing into other people's lives, helping to donate to the kingdom of God, just feeling good, knowing that we're at better days, and we really are family. It is just here in our hands. My thing is, what are you start making your plans? What are you going to do? Because it is here. It is in front of us, and everything that Mel Gill revealed to us this weekend, it's incredible to think about it. And Vicki, I know you're on the call, so you can chime in if you want. But when I think about everything that was shared this weekend, it literally makes you tremble because you think for so long, all your life, you've been working so hard. You've been working so hard. And Mel and Amy Gill, they realize that they've been blessed because when they started off, remember, they've been in the industry 24 years full time, 24 years. So they have the experience. They've seen companies come and go. They've watched industry. They know what they're doing. They know what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
But they've been blessed. They've been blessed to live that life. And what they want more than anything, they want everyone else to be able to live that life. I'm telling you, he's practically giving everything away. And he's saying that, look, you guys got the horsepower. Use it. It's in your hands. And it is. And the only thing that we have to do, he gave so much more to us, but we don't have to change. The only thing we're doing is sharing, getting out there and letting people know that what they're working so hard for, you don't have to work that hard anymore. Now this is all you have to do. Isn't it easy to get people to come to a meeting or a TTP just to let them know, look, I want to show you how to take some of that hard-working, heavy load off of your back, but you got to come and sit and listen to hear what I want to share with you because things in your life are about to change. Things in your life are about to get better. You got to come and hear. That's it. Get them to the meeting because once they see it, they're going to know it's the answered prayer. Isn't that right, Vicki?
It is, and Pastor Denise, one of the things Mel said is, we need to look for the dreamers because, a lot of people, they have a hard time imagining their life that way. I mean, try to imagine in your regular job that one day your boss comes to you and says, okay, we're going to give you an extra $2,500 a month just for you to pay for your house or to go on vacation or to pay for your child's tuition. I mean, really, nobody really can imagine that. Okay, they haven't had that happen. So we've got to find people with vision, because what Mel is trying to do, what Mel and Amy are making is a lifestyle business. Okay, and what does that mean? That means that when we spend that $2,500 to go to Tuscany, Italy, just to see it, just because we have that extra money to do something like that, we're able to post that on social media and say, this is what my company paid for. That is what he is doing. That is what AIM is doing. That is what people have got to start realizing is that they're making a lifestyle change for you. Okay, and that's incredible. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It is, but the thing is, the reality is before it. We have to remember. But remember when Mel says that the day there's 2 days in your Team Effort Network, Team Effort International life. There's a day that you join. There's a day that you join. Do you remember the day you joined Team Effort Network? Do you remember the day you joined Team Effort International? Then he said there's a day that you get it. There's a day that you say, I got it. I got it. And think about this. Have you gotten it yet? Do you see it? Do you see it? You join, yes, but do you get it? And we got it. This weekend, we got it. We see the vision. We see very plainly and clear what Mel and Amy Gill are laying before us. And it's like Vicki said, Mel says, now with this one, with this Gold Platinum, you're looking for the dreamer. And there are dreamers out there left and right. There are people that you say you're looking for the big dreamers. We have a solution for the big dreamers. The big dreamer will be able to see the advantage that the compensation plan is offering. They will know the advantage of having a $200 fast start. They will know the advantage of having your mortgage paid for, having an exotic car that paid for, everything else that was offered, a healthy lifestyle, your health being improved, no more sickness, no more disease, just free to do the things that you've been praying all your life to do. So look for that big dreamer. Bring them to the meetings. Lay this before them. Let them see for themselves that this is not hype. This is not anything you have to jump any loops through. You don't have to jump over hurdles. It's plain and simple. There's no tricks in this. All you're doing is helping people to get healthy, and along the way they are getting wealthy. It doesn't get any better than that. Would you agree, Vicki?
I agree. And, we've got a challenge in front of us that I'm just dying to, take on. I can't wait till April 2nd because, we were at the meeting. We saw what happened. We know what Mel was talking about when he got on stage. But there are so many people that are listening right now, and they're excited because they know we're excited, but maybe they didn't get to the event. And all I can say is you better not miss that call. Thursday, you need to get on that recap because let me just say that you don't want to miss what's going on. This is so huge. Personally, and I know you feel the same way, Denise, I wish I could have gotten hundreds of people, hundreds of people to that event so they could see what is getting ready to happen to their company, okay?
Yeah.
It's something that you can't put into words, and most people, even listening, couldn't even understand. You remember when Mel looked at us, and we knew immediately what he was saying, that the volume is about to blow out. We knew it immediately. But a lot of people were still sitting there looking like, what did he just say? Why is both Vicki and Denise standing up, jumping around like But you've got to know that right now you need to be paying close attention to find out what you can do because we're what do you say? We're tying up our shoelaces because we're going to run hard. Okay?
Yeah, my goodness. Well, Vicki, I'm not sure if you had a chance to meet this young lady that was at the event over the weekend. She's on the call with us every Wednesday, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what she's going to share today because I know that she was aware of all the new ingredients that's in our new Trim by 10. And I just kept thinking, I'm so glad she's here. I'm so glad that her husband is here, and I know exactly. She knows exactly what they're talking about. So, did you get a chance to meet Shakena today?
I think so. It's funny, but I kept thinking that must have been her. I did meet a lot of people, but I think she was sitting right behind me at one point.
Let's bring her to the call and see if she remembers meeting you. Miss Shakena Day, are you there?
I'm here. How are you doing? Yes, that was me. That was me sitting behind you.
I was hoping that we all had a chance to kind of meet each other, but everything was so quick, fast, and in a hurry, and we were just, flying past each other. But hardly meet. Like I met Akeisha. I was running into the room to do something, and we just kind of like ran right into each other, bang, and we just embraced real quick, and we kept on moving. But I'm so glad. So Shakena, please tell us, how did you enjoy what was revealed over the weekend?
Oh goodness, I'm just so full right now. I was just like so very excited. We just got back this morning from Vegas, so I'm still like on cloud 9, so I'm like, okay, I got to come back to reality now. But it was just powerful, just listening to everyone and how Mel and Amy, how they introduced the new product that's coming out. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's life-changing, all of the nutrients and everything that's added in that one product. We already have 5 major products already, but what they added was so different, and it was just like so amazing. Like who thought of this? That's what I want to know. I want to connect with who, that type of thing. And it was just like, it's just life-changing, And to me, just to see this company at an early stage and it's growing and it's growing and it's growing, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. I'm glad for the opportunity. I'm glad for the doors that's being opened. I'm just glad just to be a part of it, and to help, educate people and help people, build health as well as their wealth, So I'm real excited about that. I'm so excited about that. Today, I don't know what I'm going to talk about because I'm just like
Vegas.
Yes, we just got off the flight like maybe 1:00 this morning. So, I'm up. I was up like 3 hours later getting the kids up ready for school. So,
Wow.
but I guess I'm going to talk about a little bit about the digestive system.
Yes.
And I really want to talk about Trim because this is our new product. So the active ingredient one of the active ingredients is chicory. Now, if any of you ever tried chicory, I actually went to this restaurant with my husband one day, and they sell like everything is all natural, fresh ingredients. And they actually had like a superfood blend, and it was chicory, it was quinoa, and it was something else, but it was so delicious. I mean, it was like nothing I've ever tasted before, ever. And I was like, oh my goodness, I never knew exactly what it was, or, I looked it up, but I really never knew like how powerful this active ingredient and this plant is. So basically, chicory has a wealth of health benefits. First thing it does, it eases in the digestive problems. So if you have any type of digestive system problems with your digestive system, it helps with that. It also helps prevent heartburn. Also, it helps reduce arthritis pains. It detoxifies the liver and gallbladder. It helps prevent bacterial infections within the body. It also helps boost the immune system and also reduces the chance of heart disease. Just that one ingredient can help in all of those areas, and that's so powerful because this is a plant that we can consume, but guess what? They put it in a product that we can actually drink along with other powerful active ingredients. So another thing, chicory contains inulin. What is inulin? Inulin is a powerful probiotic. Now, we remember Amy talking briefly about probiotics. So what are probiotics? Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast that are good for our health, especially our digestive system. It helps keep the gut healthy and clean. It helps balance the good and the bad bacteria. So we already have good and bad bacteria within the body. But guess what? This helps balance that out. It also helps with common conditions like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, also with diarrhea. So inulin helps stimulate the growth of beneficial intestinal bacteria within the stomach. So that's very powerful because a lot of times, we're not already consuming what we need in our body, so our bodies can be balanced. I know someone with IBS, and it's a terrible, disease to the point where, all of a sudden you may just get random pains out of nowhere. And it can be triggered by so many things. It can be triggered by stress. It can be triggered by things that we eat, like if it's, if we're eating foods that are greasy, all of those things. And it's a very bad disease to be dealing with, to the point where pretty much it can put you down for like a whole entire week or longer. It just depends on how long it takes a toll on your body. But we have this Trim by 10 that can actually help in those areas. It has quinoa in it. And any of you went to the grocery store, you've seen quinoa, ever tried quinoa, that's a very powerful superfood as well, as well as stabilized rice bran and amaranth. So all of these things are superfoods, basically, that have been combined together that can help us in so many different ways. And chicory or inulin can be found in quite a few different things. It can be found in bananas, onions, garlic, things of that nature. But the reason why chicory is one of the most powerful, and inulin is the most powerful probiotic in chicory, is because the actual chain length. So it has the longest chain length than any other fruit, vegetable, or anything that you may find inulin in. So chicory is pretty much the best form that you can actually get and receive your inulin. Also, it is placed high on the ORAC, the oxygen radical absorbance capacity test. So basically what that does is measure the antioxidant capacity of foods. So the ORAC, that test basically measures, okay, is this high in antioxidants or is it low in antioxidants? What we want to consume are things that are high in antioxidants. You know, things of the maki berry, the goji berry, the asi berry, all of those things are high on the ORAC because they're high measure of antioxidants within those fruits. And we have that within the Super 10. So that's a perfect spray to have a vitamin. You know, we get all our antioxidants that we need in our body. You know, it helps with all the ionic minerals that it has, and it helps with, you know, detoxifying the body. All of those things. It helps with inflammation. We have the B boost that helps with, you know, the diabetes, the high blood pressure. We have the cell energy that helps with, you know, the anti-aging, the recovery after a workout with your cells. You know, it helps build that immune system. We have the Slim with the Garcinia cambogia that actually helps, you know, target that weight loss and that fat loss. Also, if we incorporate the Trim with that, we have something that nobody else has to offer. You know, all of these 6 products we have are awesome. They are awesome. And I am just so ready to see the actual results that we're going to receive from using all of these sprays as well as the Trim by 10. I just can't wait to actually get the results, hear the testimonials as to how these products have changed people's lives, because I know that they will, based upon what's in these ingredients, what makes them powerful, what makes them work. And that's what it's about. It's about what makes a product work. Dig deep into the root to find out exactly, okay, what is this and what does it do? And how does it affect my body? How does it benefit my body? And that's what you want to do. You want to use products that's going to benefit you, where you're going to receive benefits, a boatload of benefits, to the point where you're seeing other people see so many health benefits and reach their goals that they want to reach, whether it's health-wise, just getting healthy, whether it's trying to lose weight, you know, whatever the case may be, whether it's getting off medication that they've been on, you know, because a lot of the things, these medications are these synthetic products, they're not going to solve, they're just basically putting a Band-Aid over the problem. They're not getting to the root source of the problem. With these sprays and with 10, we can actually get to the root of the problem. A lot of the problem is we're not receiving all of the nutrients, all of the minerals, all the antioxidants. We're deficient in so many areas, and that's what's causing all of these ailments, these sicknesses and diseases. But once we get to the root of the problem, that's when we're going to really see change. And with Trim by 10, with the Slim, with the Cell Energy, with the Boost, B Boost, with the Vitamin D Power, and with the Super 10, that can actually help us get to the root of the problem and help us live a better lifestyle. Thank you, Pastor Denise.
My goodness, boy, that was a mouthful, Shakena. That was a lot of wonderful, amazing information. But Shakena, let me ask you something, because you did mention the digestive system and bowel disease and things like that. And I know it's been said, and I know many people know, but maybe a few people don't know, that most diseases start in the colon. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, because a lot of times we've eaten things, and you know, we've consumed things, and it's just staying there. It's just getting built up and built up and built up to the point where it's causing so many ailments and sicknesses and diseases. And then, of course, we have issues with our colon that can actually, you know, relatively turn into colon cancer.
And we also, with the new Trim by 10, that is a fiber-based drink. So just touch on that and the importance of fiber to the diet and how that helps the colon as well.
Oh, yes. So fiber is basically, and it's crazy because chicory and inulin is a fiber. So basically, it's so important that we actually, you know, consume and incorporate fiber into our diet, because that's how we begin to be regular. You know, the fiber in our diet basically helps clean out our intestines, our colon, our stomach, you know, all of that, all of those things. That's why it's so very important that when we're eating a protein, a carbohydrate, But if you're eating a complex carb, already contains fiber. So you always want to consume, with every meal that you eat, you always want to eat something that contains fiber, because that's what's going to help in the long run. Because a lot of times we have this buildup, and we're supposed to go to the restroom multiple times a day. And the average person doesn't go to the restroom maybe every other day. The average person does maybe every other day, and not multiple times a day. And so when we're not going to the bathroom consistently, all that is doing is sitting in our bodies and it's being stored there, to the point where our body can't break it down. Our body can't break down whatever we're consuming. Our body can't break down those processed foods, all of those chemicals that these manufacturers are putting in the foods, to the point where it's staying there, and long term it's causing problems and issues within our body, which can cause blockage and buildup and cause so many different diseases within our body. So that's why it's very important to incorporate a fiber with every meal, even with snacks, even with my kids, for snacks. They're usually taking an apple. My daughter today, she's 7. She usually takes an apple and a pear for lunch, for snacks. So she usually has 2 snacks, one during the day and after school. So it's very important that we actually teach our children this too, because if we're always constantly feeding them, I know sometimes they get in the point where, some children are finicky eaters, to the point where they don't want to eat, whatever the case may be. Trust and believe. I had to tell one of my clients, when they get hungry, they will eat. So my thing is, this is what you're going to eat. Teach them to eat things that are healthy, and then it becomes a habit, even with yourself. Think about what's healthy. Think about what's good for you. Think about what your body needs, not what your taste buds want. And at the end of the day, you're going to see results that you want. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel cleaner. You're just going to feel more energetic, by incorporating the things that you need within your meals.
Well, one thing, we did witness the energy that Mel Gill had. That was a fresh new energy that he had.
Yes.
So one of the things, Shakena, before I let you go, I just want you to also touch on how the vitamin sprays and the Trim by 10 work hand in hand, because Mel did talk about how the vitamin D and the B boost and the cell energy all works along with the Trim by 10. So just hit on that, and then I'm going to let you go get some sleep.
Okay. Well, the Stabilized Rice brand, that actually is rich in vitamin B and essential minerals. Basically, so that, along with the spray alone, the vitamin B and the vitamin D, they're going to work together, as well as the Super 10, because the Super 10 contains minerals as well. You have your quinoa, which is a very powerful grain, and it provides so many different nutrients within the body, and it's basically a superfood. So that pairs up with the Super 10 again. We have the within the Trim, we have 3 additions to the tag, which is the Zychrome, the Garcinia cambogia, and the raspberry ketones. Basically, the Garcinia cambogia will work hand in hand with the Slim. So all of these things will work together, to the point where it's going to provide you healthy cardiovascular system. It's going to give your bodies the natural immune boost that it needs. And also it's going to help with healthy weight loss. Even if you're not looking for weight loss, it's going to make sure that it maintains that your natural weight that you want. So my thing is, even though I'm not looking to lose weight, it still has Trim still has active ingredients in it that I know my body needs. So I'm still gonna incorporate that with my sprays in order to reach, my body's maximum potential. My thing is, you can never go wrong with anything that's natural. Any type of minerals, grains, vitamins, all of those things. So I'm just excited to see exactly the results I get from all of these products, all 6 of these products. I'm just excited. I can't wait.
Well, I'm excited along with you. I've been taking the Trim. I love the way it tastes. Mel is so right. When you first start taking it, you say, I like this. It just has a nice, clean, fresh, fun taste to it. It's just like, I like this. And then once you've had a cup, had it a few times, you say, wow, I love this. because you begin to feel the effects of it right away. The first day you take it, I think, when I started drinking it Saturday at the event. I think about maybe about 45 minutes. I think it was 45 minutes after I started drinking, I really begin to feel the effect of it just that quick. And then Mel says, you first take it, you say, I like this. Then you say, I love this too. I gotta have this. So you do wake up each morning thinking, wow, along with your sprays, because I spray in the morning, but then when I get ready to go have my drink for that day, for that morning, to start off, I mix up my trim by 10, and I feel like I have done wonders for my body. I just feel like I've done wonders for it. Shakena Day, you are a blessing. Girl, where did you come from? You are such a blessing. And it's a joy to hear you on the call every Wednesday, bringing this wonderful information to us in regards to these amazing products by Team Effort Network. We appreciate you. Now, I know you just got back from Las Vegas, so go ahead, you and your honey, and get some sleep, and then wake up and get your trim and your sprays. Thank you so very much. Vicki, are you still there? Vicki Soto, I want to ask you something if you are. If not, then we are going to go out to the UK with Dr. Anita Poole with our comments and quote for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
I can, Dr. Poole. I can. I'm just overjoyed, overwhelmed, and thankful and appreciated to where we are going in Team Effort Network and all the many lives that's about to be blessed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so much for that, Shakena. It is so fantastic to have Shakena with us,
yes.
And, to have medical people who are in the team, nutritionists, personal trainers, fitness people, holistic people, all of these people, they really do understand how superior our products are compared to anything out there in the market. Our sprays are superior anyway. Very few people had sprays before we came along with TEN, and our sprays still are completely unique. The ingredients in them, the dose, the branding, the pay plan, everything about them, and the high quality about them. And here, Mel and Amy have done it again with a drink, basically. Yes, there's drinks and shakes on the market, but there's nothing like Trim by 10. And the important thing is, it's not, they don't just come up with something new because it's new or because it's different to anything else. They come up with things that are valid, that have high value to them, have good science behind them, that are needed, and are really good products. And that's what they've come up with yet again with Trim by 10. And now, just imagine, you never know, folks, we may have the most unique products, not only in sprays, with more to come, but with drinks. And maybe even more to come. I mean, it is just outstanding what they've done here. And the fact that it ties in so well with our current TEN sprays and possibly our future TEN sprays as well, absolutely fantastic. And then to give it to us on a plate with the marketing materials and with the slogans, trim and slim. I mean, they're just fantastic names. So, this is absolutely wonderful. 5 Ps. I think about fantastic products we've got, fantastic pay plan, huge potential. We're persistently loyal, and we have personal, great owners and company. They personally care. So remember those 5 Ps, folks. It's absolutely fantastic what we have. And, everyone who's in this Team Effort Network right now, you're being rewarded right now with what you have here. And you're going to be rewarded, that loyalty, going to be rewarded even more. I mean, these enhancements on the pay plan, it's just absolutely outstanding. The huge market potential, absolutely incredible. And definitely, everybody, make sure your teams are plugged into the daily TEI calls and plug into Mr. T calls as well. He does them on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Denise always announces it, plus it's on the calendar. Mr. T, Paul, Akeisha, if you're on this call, I always hear your recordings, Mr. T. That call you did last night was absolutely outstanding, with all three of you on there, and Dr. Brazel as well. So, that's absolutely fantastic, all of you. So make sure you hear that call. And everything that Shakena says, it's so important what she said. It is absolutely incredible what you have in your hands. And yeah, people with irritable bowel syndrome, I actually have irritable bowel from I have irritable bowel and irritable bladder, and it's connected because I have fibromyalgia. Many people who have fibromyalgia have those conditions as well. And it's not only what it does to your bowel and bladder, it gives you all sorts of other symptoms as well. So, I can't wait to get my hands on this. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. The thing to be aware of when you speak to people with irritable bowel, their tummies are very, very sensitive. Sometimes they can take soluble fiber, sometimes they can take insoluble fiber. There's two kinds of fiber, soluble and insoluble. We're really, really lucky, folks. In that trim by 10, it's got both soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. For example, stabilized rice bran, what it means by stabilized is literally the goodness in the rice bran is the bran. The inside that makes the actual rice, it doesn't have the bran. And this is why there's a move towards having less processed food, less manufactured food, more whole foods, because they have the nutritional ingredients. Often when it's processed, when it's highly manufactured, the actual really nutrients are removed to make it easier for us, really, but actually it's doing our health harm. So rice bran has the bran bit with all the goodness, and it's stabilized because before you couldn't easily put rice bran into a product because it became unstable so quickly. So that's why it's called stabilized rice bran. Now that's a really good example of something that's like a insoluble fiber. And then just as Shakena was explaining to you, we also have the chicory with inulin, which is soluble. Plus, you have other things in there that are soluble. Now, that's important because soluble, actually dissolving in water and therefore going through the digestive system kind of a little bit more easily. Insoluble, also very important because it's collecting up the toxins and it's passing through the digestive system and forcing the digestive system to contract and to work, basically. Some people with irritable bowel are a little bit sensitive to either soluble fiber or insoluble fiber. So really, when you're speaking to people, explain the benefits, show them the wonderful leaflet that was produced at the Vegas event, and then just say to them, if they've got any condition, try a little bit. Just like Denise was describing yesterday, she doesn't need to take 2 packets a day. She's just taking 1 packet. So somebody with any disorder or any problem with their digestive system, what they might want to do is they start with half a packet and then build it up, a packet. And then a few days later, 1.5 packets. A few days later, and they can gauge it according to how they find it and what it's doing to them. But these are absolutely great ingredients, and we've got the actual ability now to sort of play with the dose a little bit and play with the packets because it's all in powdered form and we just mix it up in a drink. We can play with it and see with what our bodies are responding to. So that's absolutely fantastic as well. So great points, Shakena. Now, one of the things, folks, when I talk about quinoa, in America, you say quinoa. In Europe and the UK, we say quinoa. So when I say that word quinoa, I'm talking about quinoa. Sometimes I'll remember to say both ways, sometimes I won't. But, they're both exactly the same thing. And coming from South America, and I said to you, on one of our calls recently, inulin my goodness, the fields that are growing chicory, because chicory, like Shakena said, is, one of the highest sources of inulin. Those fields are in such demand because inulin is such a good thing for our digestive system, and people are wanting to put it into things, basically. So quinoa is a little bit like that. Quinoa, amaranth, these kinds of grains, they are different to just ordinary white rice. Ordinary white rice is not packed with nutrients like quinoa and amaranth and some of the other grains. And the big thing about them is they are almost gluten-free. I only say the word almost because there are some people, as you know, there's a very high population that's sensitive to gluten. Gluten is in wheat types of products like bread, like pasta, plus it's in other things as well, gluten. So people have to be very careful who've got gluten sensitivity, especially people with celiac disease, because they react very, very, very badly to gluten. Now, quinoa and amaranth have less gluten. Stabilized rice bran has less gluten. Some places you may see that it says completely gluten-free. There is a little bit of a debate going on whether it's completely gluten-free or just very little gluten. Personally, I wouldn't get involved in that debate, but I mention it to you now because the best thing to say to people when they ask you, they'll say, is this gluten-free? The thing to say is, we think it's almost gluten-free. There is some stuff on the internet to say some of these ingredients may have a little bit of gluten, and people who are hypersensitive to gluten, like a celiac disease person, they might be sensitive, sort of thing. So just basically, just cover yourself that way. But in terms of it being a virtually gluten-free product, that's another huge, huge bonus, because some people are, they react to lactose, they react to milk. Well, this is a great drink for those sorts of people, and it's giving them not only the bran, not only the roughage, not only the fiber, but all these other fantastic nutrients that's on the leaflet that's been mentioned, that it will, we'll go into more detail on other calls as well, and I'm sure Shakena will cover them, one by one anyway. So, we've got something with a massive, massive, massive marketplace. And what Shakena said about get to the root of the problem, that's exactly what we're doing with the Slim by 10 and the Trim by 10. Drugs don't always get to the absolute root of the problem. And there is a stage of disorder and well-being where you're not actually diagnosed with a disorder. You're in that pre-diagnosis phase. So, for example, a diabetic, there's actually a pre-diabetic stage. A person who has cancer, there's a pre-cancer phase. A person who has fibromyalgia, like me, there's a pre-fibromyalgia phase. It's that stage where we don't actually know we've got an illness. We're just beginning to drift into an illness. An illness is diagnosed when it's actually at quite an advanced stage. Well, our TEN sprays and our Trim by 10, fantastic drink, we're actually, because we're helping people nutritionally in a very good, natural way, we're actually helping the body to help itself in a pre-illness phase. We don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any disorder. We are helping people through their own bodies, helping themselves nutritionally. But just imagine that, folks. We're able to help people in the pre-stages of them being unwell, the stages possibly of them being unwell, and I only say that because we've already got testimonials of the TEN sprays helping many, many different types of disorders people have found, and I look forward to absolutely amazing testimonials on the Trim by 10, because I know without a shadow of a doubt we are going to get them. So Turner, the famous painter, he was way ahead of his time, a complete visionary. He was mocked in his lifetime, but his paintings now are worth a fortune, and he actually donated them to the government. Turner, and there's a big film about him at the moment, and it's well worth seeing. He got ill with bronchitis, and in those days, it was the days before antibiotics. The doctor was called in, and he said, Mr. Turner, you need 3 Bs. Bed rest, balsam to inhale, to clear your airways, and broth. Broth, because it's a highly nutritious liquid. It's like a soup. It's got the goodness of chicken, meat, vegetables. So it's got vitamins, minerals, protein, and all sorts of other nutrition in it. And it was given by a liquid, because a liquid, the body can absorb a liquid better than it can solids when the body is not well and having to work hard. So we've got a way here. What I'm describing to you is, in the past, people could actually, and he did get better, even without antibiotics. People could get better without drugs because they looked after themselves in a natural way. They understood the importance of rest, fresh air, exercise, and good nutrition. We now have the world so hooked on processed foods, convenience, drugs, sometimes when they don't actually need it, sometimes when if they helped themselves with the kind of nutritional items that Shakena talks about every Wednesday, and if they help themselves nutritionally, their well-being could improve. And that's what we have here in Trim by 10 liquid that's going through into our digestive system, basically through a tube in the middle of your body, basically. And it's not in a spray, it's in a liquid, because fiber needs to be in a liquid because it needs to get to the digestive system. That's how fiber works. So it needs to go in through that internal tube. And we have the sprays coming in from the outside through your mouth and going into the bloodstream. So we now have a two-pronged approach, everybody. You know, it's almost like, imagine that tube going inside through your body, going in at the top and coming out at the bottom, basically. You've now got something that's going in, helping to detoxify, helping to add nutrition to the body, helping through the fiber to improve that digestive system and to detoxify that digestive system. And you've got sprays that are going in from the outside of the body, but going into the body, to the heart of the blood, to the heart of the human cells that are working in a natural, nutritionally great way. So, you know, we have something absolutely outstanding here, and the advancements on the paper, my goodness, Denise, when you said that, I nearly fell off my chair. And when Mr. T talked about it yesterday, literally I nearly fell off my chair again. So I saw an interview by Madonna. I'm going to go a little shorter on the quotes today because, you know, the 3 Bs, the 5 Ps, you know, they're all part of the quotes. Madonna is also part of the quote. Whether you like her or don't like her, I saw her interviewed. And wow, when I saw her interviewed, I thought, I can see exactly why she's at the top of the game consistently for so many years. Her focus, her persistence, her practice daily, day in and day out, and her ability to shut out the noise, shut out all the distracting things, and to shut out what other people were doing, saying, whatever it is. All she was focused on is what she had to do and doing it in the best way that she knew. And in fact, an example of that is, you may have heard, she's doing a tour. She's in the UK. She fell because of a cape wrapped around her a little bit too tight, and the box where she had to, the step where she had to step up on the stage was moved by a few centimeters. And so when she took the step, she stepped differently. And the cape pulled her back. And she chose either I change my routine completely and this cape comes off and we're going to lose time and it's going to upset the other dancers' routines, or I'm just going to fall backwards athletically and get up straight away. And you know, that's what she did. She fell for a second and then she was up immediately and went on with the show. And she was absolutely remarkable. So folks, you know, in a day where we have cereals and cereal bars and grain bars with 40% sugar, and you have in your hands the most nutritious grain drink with other ingredients that I have ever seen in my life, and actually ever is out there, because I've looked at what's out there, you have something so incredible coming into your hands, and some of you already in your hands. It's your duty to share it. And Mel, if you're on this call, Mel and Amy, I would love it to come to the UK as soon as possible, as soon as obviously you've got the USA launched. This has so much market in the UK as well. So Jonathan Swift said, vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. And right now, this is invisible to others. You've got to make it visible to the others, because you've got something huge in your hands. Warren Dennis said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Mel's had the vision. He's given it to us on a plate. We need to go out there and turn it into reality. Back to you, Denise.
Thank you, Dr. Poole. And once again, Shakena Day, thank you so very, very much. Now, Shakena, you said something. You said that we have something that nobody else offers. Family, Team Effort Network is a me only. Team Effort International is a me only. Mel and Amy Gill are always going to bring something to the table that no one else offers. Amy said when she was talking about the ingredients that's in the trim, she said that I think it was 4 of the main ingredients that was put together exclusively only for 10, the tag, the TAG, exclusively put together for Team Effort Network only. So family, what we have, no competition at all. The compensation plan, no competition at all. Someone said, but Pastor Denise, how are you able to take trim? How are you taking it every day? You know why? Because I'm a part of the LCQ, DCQ Lifestyle Club member. And when you become a Lifestyle Club member, you get certain benefits. And one of the benefits of those that were Lifestyle Club members, guess what? Each and every one of them received a box of 30 of the Trim by 10. So become a Lifestyle Club member so you can benefit from some extra things that's offered only to the Lifestyle Club. Family, thank you all for being here with us today. Shakena, my goodness, we so appreciate you and everything you bring to the table to the call on Wednesdays. And family, don't forget to join Don Joseph tonight. This is Wednesday. Join Donald Joseph tonight along with Lord Gibson and Renetta Hall. I know that they are going to share what they got from the Las Vegas event because they were there in full form. Donald Joseph, he was the MC, so he was from sunrise to sunset and MC, and calling everything on the stage. So he's going to share the excitement of what he took away from Las Vegas. That call is tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, and 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to join the Spanish call. It's going to start in about another 10 minutes at this call. So if you have Spanish-speaking guests, get them on this call at this number about another 10 minutes. And be back on this call tomorrow morning with your team. Come back with your team to hear CEO Mel Gill do a recap of what took place in Las Vegas, Nevada. Family, get out this phone and go to work. Get your guests and your friends back on this call tomorrow morning and know that you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all. Have a prosperous day on purpose.